Cheryl says, I think that people settle when they think they have no hope. It's a great point. I think they should change their thinking to have an open mind. Sometimes people have to grow together, and people are not willing to grow with anybody these days. We want finished products.
Yes.
But then you get somebody who already has it, and there's always a suspicion in your mind on whether you can keep them.
What were we talking about? Who were we talking about? Oh, we was talking about somebody who married that type of guy that everybody wants. How that dude, and was constantly suspicious of how he was doing her, because ultimately she didn't feel like that she belonged there anyway with him.
Yeah.
So perhaps if she had a married down some, she could have got some peace, because she never got no peace.
Yep. You know, when it comes to being single in your 20s, it's fun. It's exciting. You can play around. You can have your fun and all this type of stuff. That's what people do. Being single in your 30s, you know, you still can manage it a little bit. When you start to get into the 40s, concern maybe start to set in depending on who you are. You know what I'm saying? Your clock start ticking, all that type of stuff. Once you get beyond that, now it's time. We got to have a conversation. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to have a conversation. What is up with being single? Should you settle or just stay single? So we want to talk about it. Let's get to it.
To the topic of the discussion and hit the issues you typically find reluctant. Remove the facade to fill the gap with some substance. We undermining problems, expecting to overcome it. Please hold the applause. We doing it for the cause. People follow culture before they follow the laws. We rather face the friction and not attempt it at all. Persistence will find solutions once our contentment dissolves. There's a hard pill to swallow for anyone breathing, both for folks who stay woke and those who be dreaming. We ain't slaves, yet we still ain't experienced freedom. What we need is the keys to access the kingdom. We're all in this fallen world trying to stay intact. I'm just a beggar, point you out to where the bread is at. So follow the breadcrumbs like Hansel and Gretel. Thank Yogi Bear and the thought engineer for that on Monday. It's Man Talk Monday. Woo!
Hey, yo, we were on TikTok the other day and we ran across the craziest video. Some lady in her 90s, she was either 60s or her 90s. It's all the same thing when you turn a number upside down. So she was talking about whether or not she should settle. So we want you guys to check this out and let us know what you think. And then afterwards, we're going to get into it.
When do you compromise? Or do you at all? As for me, I've been single a pretty long time. Never thought it would be this long. I have to admit, when I got divorced a long time ago, I was a little arrogant. I was in my mid-30s, and I knew I was a good catch. Good woman, educated, great career, amazing mom, and I was a great wife. Cook, clean, do all that. So I kind of was a little arrogant and thought, oh, it's no problem. I'm going to be married in 2 to 3 years. Well, it's been a long, long time. And honestly, not even gotten close. And so sometimes, you know, like a lot of women in my situation that I've talked to, that you ask yourself, well, when do you give up? When do you give up on finding the one? Or do you? As for me, I go back and forth. Sometimes I go, well, I just need to be with Mr. Right Now. Doesn't give me butterflies, but he's a good man. He's nice. He likes me. Don't have much in common, but he calls, so I talk to him. Or sometimes you've got the one that gives you butterflies, but you know he's unreliable and not dependable. He's broke. You got to take him out to dinner. We've all done that. those are never sustaining long-term relationships. So the question is, do you compromise? Well, where I am right now today, I'm going to say no. I'm not going to compromise. I'm waiting. I'm going to stay optimistic. It gets hard staying optimistic this long, but I'm going to stay optimistic.
Optimistic, huh? Optimistic in your 60s.
Way too. She's still arrogant.
Oh man.
She's still arrogant because I'm sorry, but you're gonna be single. Listen, you know this is what I hate. She kind of cute for an old lady.
Uh-huh.
And I can understand men will want to do her, but that's all they're gonna want to do at 60 is do her.
Oh man.
Don't nobody want to sell down. No, listen, the chances of people selling down in their 60s is crazy. Not to say that it can't happen, because it can.
Ain't you all used up, buddy? I'm just asking.
Wait, hold on.
I thought what life began at 60 now?
But let me say this. There was a lot of stuff in this. So I want to kind of start from the beginning. So we need to let's let the people
what we talking about tonight. I'm better than this. Should I stay single or settle? What should I do? Should I settle or stay single? That's what we're talking about tonight. So you saw the clip, you saw the video, you saw the lady. She's still holding out hope. Now, she got divorced. What was her?
She said she was 35 when she got divorced.
She was 35 when she got divorced.
Yes.
Anthony said you wrong, D. What I say? What I say? Listen, it's some kind of reality check needs to happen at some point in time.
You are right. You are right, because I think she's still holding on to the love that she had when she was 35.
She's holding on to the love she had.
She said I was 35 and I was arrogant. So now you assuming that the love that you had when you were 35 with your husband, you're gonna be able to re-get that. See, this what makes people crazy. I don't want y'all to get this. You only get so many types of good love from people in your lifetime. You only get so many types of good loving.
Yeah.
You don't keep listening. Why you think so many folk out there are single now? Because everybody looking for that one true and good love.
Special one.
You only get 2 of them in your lifetime.
No. What's the common say? You only get one. One love. You're lucky just to have just one.
Y'all, with y'all, please. Well, we got to get you singing somewhere. We got to get you singing somewhere.
Well, you know the song. You know what I'm talking about. They said you get one. You lucky just to have just one.
Well, and he is right about that.
Okay.
And she said I was arrogant, and I assumed that I will be getting another one. She said I was arrogant and I divorced because she thought she could do better at 35.
How many years she gave herself? She said 2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 years. It's been 25 now.
And she's sick. That thing did not work out like she thought. Because it's not supposed to. One of the things we take for granted is love. Finding somebody that's going to put up with our foolishness. And you know what? Not only putting up with our foolishness, but that makes the money, enough money for us that we can kind of be compatible with. See, that's what people underestimate. Compatibility. He putting up with you, you putting up with him. Now I can do better than this. You know what? You probably could have did better than this 10 years past.
Yeah.
But you can't do better at 60.
Yeah. Anthony say, guess she better stick to that rose. You wrong for that. Now you talking about I'm wrong. You wrong for that. You better stick to that rose.
Oh, I know the rose. I'm simply saying sometimes I think we can overplay our cards.
Yeah.
And let me tell you this. The reason why she thought she could do better, because somebody was in her ear.
Not a guy though.
Not a guy?
No.
Then who was in her ear?
I think she had some girlfriends in her ear.
I think a guy.
You think a guy? Then why would she go with the guy then?
Because this is what women don't understand about guys when you married. As long as it's a part-time thing or a 20% thing, I can be there. I can be there for you. But when it starts to be 60, 70, 80, 100%, oh no. Now I was just saying that when you was with him.
Yeah.
I don't want you like that. Cause let me say this. And then she went on to talk about the guys that she had relationships with.
Yeah.
One of them was gave her chills. She said one of them gave her chills, but he ain't have no money. And that's normally what happens. The dude that don't have no money is gonna give you chills in the bedroom because he ain't got nothing else. Once he pull his pants up, you might well turn the light out and keep it moving because he ain't no more. That's all he got. That's all he got to offer. Yeah, he gonna give you chills. You don't even think about the other cat, the cat that's putting up with you. And she said it was two of them. It was the one that she basically has no interest in, but he's faithful and he keep calling her back. And the reason he keep calling her back because he know she don't have no interest in him. He chasing her.
So you got the one you want that's not a good choice, and then you got your option. Ophelia said, who y'all talking about? So we just played a clip with this lady. She's 60 years old. She got divorced at around 35. She figured within 2 to 3 years, she'd be married again because she says, I'm a good wife. I'm a good mother. You know, I make a good living. She said she thinks she's checking all the boxes. And now here she is at 60 years old and she's contemplating, should I settle? I don't think I should settle. I think I should still hold out. But she said she come across different dudes. She has this one dude who was the safe choice. He's dependable. He's got his stuff together.
She don't really
the
want
whole
him.
nine.
She don't really want him.
He's boring.
She don't really want him.
He's a drag. But the one that light her fire, the one that do it for her, the one she really want, not dependable, broke, the whole nine. You know what I'm saying? She got to pay for everything, and she don't. So she's stuck in between two opinions.
Well, she's not really stuck in between. She's single and trying not to be. And I'm looking at her and I can tell she's a cutie. And I know guys have been gassing up. Because you know, when you married, guys always at you when you married. Ask any single person that has been married and they'll say, what happened to all the people when I got divorced?
Yeah.
It's like a secret list went out that says they're available now. Now let's scram. Let's not pay them no ticket. Because she's a very attractive woman, but she's delusional.
Yeah. Anthony said, nah, she has a few boxes not checked if she is all that. She's lying and leaving out something. True. I believe she is leaving out something. You see, I would love to get the opinion of the ex-husband and see.
I don't need it.
You don't need it.
I don't need it. She told us she felt like she could do better. She said, I got a little arrogant. And I feel like I could do better. And I'm curious, audience, how many single people listening have been in relationships and thought, I think I can do better than this? Whether you could or not, we're going to get with whether or not you could. But I want to know. But I'm curious with the audience members, because if you got a single, tell us whether or not you were in relationships where you thought you could do better. Because most people think that they are better off.
Yeah.
Than they actually really are.
Yeah. Yeah. Monique said, so it sounds like she doesn't want to be married. Well, stop saying it. Say you happy being single. Say you living your best life. I wouldn't have it any other way. But why get on a video and start talking about how I still think I can hold out and find V1 and all of this?
Well, for a couple of reasons. Okay, the first off is I'm going to go on TikTok so I can put this out there because maybe they don't know I'm single. Maybe people don't know. Let me put this out. Absolutely,
she was about in her DM.
Hey, a fisherman.
Anthony say thirst trap.
A fisherman knows fish when he see it. And I see a big mouth bass out there.
He's a big mouth bass.
I'm just saying. I think the reason why she did it, she want to let people know. Obviously, she said, well, maybe they don't know that I'm out here and I'm single. Maybe they don't know.
Chauncey says denial, bitter, self-esteem issues. At least she was honest though. However, the honesty is mute if she isn't willing to compromise. Compromise. There go their word.
No, Chauncey. No, that's not correct. That's not correct. Because listen to her. She is compromising as we speak. She is courting guys. She is dating and courting guys that she don't want, that won't marry her. And she knows it. One of them don't have the money, couldn't get a ring if he put it on layaway. He had to have Bill Gates to co-sign for it. The other guy, all he really want to do is get her to dig him like she digging him. Yeah. Like he digging her or vice versa.
Yeah. What is it? Oh, Melissa says, yeah, where them peeps who were in my DM? Listen, guys want the convenience of your body without the liability of your mouth.
I was gonna say your
spirit just jumped over here. It just jumped over here, and I was
like, D, please let me.
I felt it from you. I felt it. So I was like, let me just go and get it out there.
I was gonna say, please, D,
they want the convenience of your body without the liability of your mouth.
You are absolutely right.
Let's be honest.
Let me tell you something. You are a lot easier to put up with when you're going home to somebody else.
Ooh.
Remember that. That joker that's in your ear while you with somebody, you are a lot easier to deal with when you with somebody else. You'll be surprised how you keep checking your DMs when you're single and they ain't there no more.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to be the person to sign for the car, but everybody wants to drive.
Yeah. Boy, you just saying something.
Every now and then I just pop something out.
Because the reality is, and I heard a guy say this recently, and it made perfect sense. He said, people say that women cheat better than men. He said, that's false. He said, men play their part better than women do. When a woman is cheating with a man, he don't want no extra time. He don't want to take you out. And he want just what he getting from you. And so he won't rock the boat. But if a man's cheating, he's stepping out, he's cheating with a woman. Why you don't take me out on dates?
When you gonna leave your wife?
When we gonna go on a trip? When we gonna do all this? And so now he got to try to maneuver and all this other type of stuff to try to cover up. So if your DM dry up when you vacate whatever situation you in, now you know why.
Let me tell y'all a little story. You know I got a story every week. I got a story every week. So when I met my wife Cheryl, I was 21, and Cheryl had all of the boxes checked as far as being a wife.
Okay.
And I was like, man, I really ain't ready to get married. I got some oaths I need to be sowing. I got some sex I need to be having. As a matter of fact, I kept my pants unbuckled because I was ready to have some sex. Okay, I was ready to have some sex.
Monique said, really? Wow.
I'm trying to be as honest as I can with you. I was ready to have some sex, but I had to make a decision. And I had to make this decision early in my life. Are you going to mess over the woman that could possibly be the greatest joy that God could bring you? Or do you want to go have some sex? I contemplated, and ultimately I married that woman. Because listen, I understood that you don't get first round draft picks to keep running up in there like that.
No.
You don't get people that check the box. And some of us overplay our hand when we not as much as we think we are. Listen, I'm just gonna tell y'all. The reason why you even contemplate whether or not you're going to settle somebody because you think you all that. Well, let me just tell you something. You ain't all that. You all right. You are okay. If I've been drinking a little bit, maybe. You all right. You playing yourself. You got to understand love like that only comes around every now and again. It don't come. Y'all playing this game like it comes around often because it don't. You got to wade through trash and everything to get through that. You got to go through some stuff to find love like that again. And nobody wants to go through that anymore.
You know what it made me think about? I thought about the person that wins the Heisman Trophy in football, and guys can understand this. You get a person who wins the Heisman Trophy, they celebrate in the college, and as soon as they get to the NFL, they get all of this money, and then they are bust. But you got the one that people been sleeping on. They got that good work ethic, and they hungry, they ready to prove themselves and everything. Those are the ones that pay off bigger. See, everybody running for their first round draft pick. Everybody running for their Heisman.
Well, we caught up on the cars that don't need no polish done on them. We caught up on the ones that come off the lot and they ready. We don't have to do. They ain't a fixer upper or nothing. We want all them. But wait. But we was a fixer upper.
Yeah.
Oh, did you hear that? But we was a fixer upper, and we have now that we fixed up. We had the audacity to think, oh, well, that's not what I wanted. That ain't where I am no more.
Okay. So you got fixer uppers that's posing as if they fresh off the showroom floor.
Absolutely.
And so now they judging other fixer uppers like you not good enough.
Absolutely. Because that's what we do.
Okay. All right.
And then because what's evident by it is what's taking you so long to get married? Because a good mechanic can recognize a fixer upper when he see it.
And see, that's the thing. Most of us, we're not mechanics. A fixer upper is nothing to a mechanic. Matter of fact, they like the joy of doing the work.
Yes, absolutely.
But when I say we're not mechanics, we're not taught we don't have the tools to make relationships work. We don't have the tools to make marriages work. And when you're not equipped with those tools, you need something that's problem free. And when it break down on you, you so high on yourself, you feel like, oh, I can just go get another one. It don't work like that.
It don't work like that at all. And you know, the crazy thing is we don't have foresight. We don't have an opportunity to see the future. Because I'm gonna tell y'all looking at me now, but y'all don't really see me. Because I used to be, when I tell you, I used to be, what was happening? You know what I mean? I never forget we was on with Mika one time. Mika said, John, ain't nobody checking for you. And you know, she was absolutely right. Ain't nobody checking for me. They don't have to be because I am happily married now. Yeah. And I don't have competition out there trying to get this overweight, bald head guy. I ain't always been that way. I'm gonna just tell you that. I ain't always been that way. And you got to be able to know that you not, whatever you at now, you're not gonna always be there. You're not gonna always be that slim guy with six pack. Yeah. I had a six pack. I used to be 6'2". I had long hair. Now I told y'all one lie just then. You figure out which one it was. I just told y'all one lie.
Afia says, I truly believe that love don't come around like that for you to be playing around. She's absolutely right. Melissa says, I'm all that and a bag of stale chips. Anthony says, Speed D. Hey man, I'm trying to help somebody, man. Because Monique said I was 6'2". You got to know who Monique is, and you know she is nowhere near 6'2". I might give her 5'2".
No, she told me that's my lie. Probably.
Oh, that's your. Oh, you did.
Yeah, I said one of them. I was lied about one of them.
Oh, okay, that's and the six pack. Yeah, she got it.
And the long hair.
She got all of them. Okay. All right. Monique been listening. She know you. All right. But we don't have the confidence because we know we're not equipped. But we put on this front as if we got it all. Listen, talent does not help you in marriage
at all.
You can be as talented. You can get praise at work. You can get praise out in the street and all this other type of stuff. But when you get in that marriage, it's about character, and they not the same thing. There are plenty of talented people who fail at marriage. Marriage is taking down some of the best.
And still taking down.
Right.
You know, it's funny because one of the things I noticed about people now is most of the people you talk to down 1 or 2 marriages already.
Yeah.
It's like when they get 18, let me go on and get married so I get one of these under my belt. Like it's the cool thing. And that's not, when did it become cool to fail at marriages?
I don't know, man. But it's causing a lot of problems. There's a lot of baggage. There's a lot of mistrust. And that makes it hard when you're trying to be with somebody. You dragging all this stuff in, and nobody wants to heal anymore. Nobody wants to take their time to do the work to make sure they're not dragging all this stuff in. But yet and still, we trying to find the one. We still trying to be in these relationships in all of this, and we glamorize divorce. It is glamorized. We have divorce parties and all this other type of stuff. And I'm like, what kind of
girl? You know what they say? Girl, I get to be great now.
Oh, not great.
I'm not gonna talk about that because my wife is hanging me with the you won't let me be great now. You said you ain't gonna say that no more. I never said I wasn't gonna say it. I just said it's one of the stupidest things I've ever heard, because failing marriages is not being back out there ain't great. Ain't nothing great about being out there by yourself no more.
No.
Ain't nothing great about that. I do not care. There's nothing great about it. It make me understand this. Nobody wants to compromise, but nobody wants to be the other person that has to do the compromise in, because somebody's worth the compromise.
Yeah.
Are you worth the compromise? Okay, so take a look at most relationships. Can you look and tell who did the compromising most of the time? Because most of the time you can't, because both of y'all look about average. That's what most people are, unless you are, and I don't want to call no names, but unless you are these high dollar superstar people and you know who they are, most of us have settled or got settled for.
So that brings up a good question. What does it mean to settle? And y'all help us out. Tell us what y'all think. What does it mean to settle? Let us know what you think settling actually means. What does it actually mean to settle? Because we've been using the word compromise, but compromise and settle,
two different words.
They're two different things.
Yeah.
So when you settle, what does that actually mean? Y'all help us out. Talk to us.
I think settle means when you in your heart, you feel like you could do a lot better. And I'm going to go ahead and do this because it's safe. Because most of the time, that pretty chick or that pretty dude ain't gonna act right. They're gonna act a plumb fool. So let me play safe right here and but I'm settling. But because in my mind, I think I can do better than this.
Okay. So settling is I have the potential.
I think
I have the potential for better.
Yes.
But I'm gonna chill right here and accept less than I feel I deserve for the sake of just having somebody.
See, because if people see my wife, they're going to swear she settled, but that ain't the truth. They would swear she settled, but it was actually me.
Oh! All right, so Monique says, so quick question. You want someone who's done the work, but you continue to run into someone that has not. Do you settle just to say you're not single anymore? That's a good question.
That is a good question. But listen, I don't know whether or not you get with them or not. I know you give them a chance. What's wrong with going on a couple of dates to see what it's like? What's wrong with going to see if y'all mesh, if y'all have something in common? But too many times we want to be physically attracted to somebody. Let me say this. Let me make sure I say this right. I think everybody should be physically attracted, because oftentimes when me and my wife get on each other's nerves, my wife realized how sexy I am, and then she realized why she stayed married to me. So there has to be a physical attraction. But now wanting too much. Now remember, you got to look. The same mirror you're looking at me in is the one you got to look in as well.
Right.
So, but I just think we have blinders on when it comes to our mirror we're looking at. But the mirror that I'm looking at you in, I want you to be perfect.
Yeah. And because to Monique's question, you keep running into people who don't have it together. Where are you hanging out? You need to start examining where you hanging out. Where are you finding these people?
What? Monique hanging out in the club at the top of the club and say, these people hang here that don't have it together. They're all in the same place.
Listen, don't hang out where hurt people are and expect to find healed people. Let's not do that. Go somewhere where you feel like healed people should be and sit there and watch and observe. Melissa says, settling is not just about looks. It could be someone who isn't financially where you are and other things too. Anthony says, some settle to keep from being lonely. Absolutely right. Jessica just laughing. Melissa says, sexy, boy. Bye. All right, Mika says, John, you better stop now. But settling is more than just looks. It may involve settling financially, spiritually, emotionally, etc. Let me just, Jerica says, all this mental analysis is why I stay single. She says it's too much work. Well, let me go back to, because I think Mika said something. So we settling financially, spiritually, emotionally, all of this type of stuff. We say we settling. I think there's a fear. There's a fear more than anything. Listen, the whole thing about the high value man and I want some man who makes six figures, he got to be doing better than me and all this stuff, is you are afraid to go through things. You are afraid. You trying to have the most problem-free relationship that you can have. And you figuring if they financially stable and all that, they got it, it's not going to stop the problems.
So I just want to know this, okay? So I noticed that women, and we want y'all chiming in, and we appreciate it, but you guys are talking about stuff that you would settle for in a man. I'm just curious if guys were talking, would they be saying the same thing about you guys? Would they be saying, when I say you, I'm meaning about personally, but
yeah,
would somebody have to settle financially? What if you guys, because if most of you guys, women got the guys that y'all were really looking for, would he have to settle for you? Would you be enough for him? Would you guys be evenly matched? Because you guys don't want nobody evenly matched.
No.
You want a looker, a booker, and a tooker.
No.
That means somebody that got bread. That means somebody in the church, and that means he's really good looking. And those guys are few and far in between.
Because it ain't about how they look, it's about how they make you look.
Boy,
that's the issue.
If I ain't had my seatbelt on, I'd have fell out this chair.
It's about how they make you look. Yeah. Because here's the truth about it. The one that you really, really want,
he don't want you.
He make you look like a fool. So you got to grab somebody who's not going to be an embarrassment to you.
Yes.
But yet and still you hanging on to that one who make a fool out of you. Because because that's like the woman said, that's the exciting one. That's the one that get my heart fluttering and all this type of stuff. But you got to be honest. Listen, just be brave. Go with the dude. Is he going to do you bad? Who cares? At least he make you feel good, right? Ain't that what you're looking for? Let me know. Ophelia said, y'all need sound effects machine, but we got to get some drops. I got to program some drops or something.
I mean, the crazy thing is, guys, and again, I keep saying this. Nobody wants to settle for anybody when ultimately I believe we all have to do a little settling. Because for me to get the woman of my dreams that I'm asking God for, or the man that I'm asking God for, we all gonna have to settle because none of us are finished products. All of us are being, unless you like your 60s, then she got about 2 or 3 more summers, and then she out here. But I'm simply saying most of us are still works in progress, especially if you're single.
Yeah. No, you listen, man. We won't be honest with ourselves. Listen, out of all the people to lie to, you can lie to your family, you can lie to your friends, you can lie to your boss, your co-workers, everybody. But lying to yourself gets you nowhere.
Mm-mm. No, I don't.
It gets you nowhere. At what point are we going to have an honest moment and say, you know what? I think I'm all of that, but maybe I need an honest assessment, because what other people are seeing could be completely different than what you're seeing when you look at yourself. If you're honest, Afia says, John, it's tight, but you right.
I know she hated to say it too. I know she hated to tell me. She probably on the floor rolling around right now saying, I hate to tell her, but he right. Listen, and I'm simply saying this. And that's not to say that guys or women, you aren't as attractive and appealing as you think you are. But man, relationships are so much more than that. And I think we get into relationships for all the wrong reasons. And it's funny about women. Women will set standards, and I think Dee say this all the time. Women will set standards for people and guys that they don't really want. For the guys that they do really want, they could just come up in there and run through you, and you good with that. Yeah. And we good with that. We got to do better. We got to do better, and we got to be better.
Yeah, rules are for the ones we don't like. That's what, because that's what we put out. That's what these standards are for. These standards, it's for the ones we don't like.
They ain't the ones we really want.
No, because he bypassed them standards every time he knock on the door.
Yes.
Mika says, but you don't we all settle in some way? And I think we got to make a distinction between settling and compromise. Now, when you think of settle, if you didn't had this outlandish idea of what you should have as far as relationship, you got to be honest and see how realistic you're being. And once you get all of the fluff and stuff out, you realize you're not really settling. You right a lot of times right where you need to be.
Ooh,
but we build all of this, and you know why we build all this fluff up?
Well, our friends.
No, because we're afraid to fail. And if I can make it seem like nobody measures up, then it's their problem, not me.
Yeah, but you by yourself.
Right. And that's the thing that keep tailing off on me.
You by yourself holding your pillow way too tight. Way too tight. You let that pillow go. Let that pillow go.
Right. All in candy stuff. But Cheryl says, I think that you just call candy. Cheryl says, I think that people settle when they think they have no hope. It's a great point. I think they should change their thinking to have an open mind. Sometimes people have to grow together, and people are not willing to grow with anybody these days. We want finished products.
Yes.
But then you get somebody who already has it, and there's always a suspicion in your mind on whether you can keep them.
What were we talking about? Who were we talking about? Oh, we was talking about somebody who married that type of guy that everybody wants. How do I do? And was constantly suspicious of how he was doing her, because ultimately she didn't feel like that she belonged there anyway with him. Yeah. So perhaps if she had a married down some, she could have got some peace, because she never got no peace.
Yep. You want somebody who fit and six pack and muscles rippling and all that stuff. You want that, but you hate the gym. Get somebody who don't ain't got to put that pressure on you.
I can't demand nobody being shaved. At this point in my life, I can't demand it. I just can't demand that. Oh,
you ain't about to kill yourself trying to catch somebody. Knowing you, as soon as you get somebody, you're like, "Ooh, I'm glad. I'm so glad.
I'm done.
I'm done." You know what I'm saying? And he think he got somebody that's a gym rat.
Yes.
Now he upset because you ain't gonna work out no more. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be honest, people.
And especially as we get older. This is the thing, guys. As we get older, we don't always get smarter by the looks of the video that we showed. Because if she was being honest, she would say, "Hey man, listen, I have blown it.
Yes,
I have spent 25 years of my life wanting to get back into the marriage that I divorced from." Yeah. Because that's the guy that was for her. It wasn't nobody else. That's the guy that was for her. Yeah. They was hollering at her when she was in unmarried, and she thought it was gonna remain the same way.
Yep. Yeah.
We need to be honest. We need to be honest. But there, you're absolutely right. We need to be more honest with ourselves about flaws. We all have flaws. We all need to be better in certain areas. Yeah. So we need to. How can you? And I often say this. How can you demand the best from somebody else if you're not willing? If you're not willing to put your best foot forward. Right. Because don't everybody deserve that?
Yeah. Yeah. We demand stuff from people that we're not willing to give. And nobody wins in that. We gotta figure out how to, number one, be honest, and number two, how to go ahead and take that risk, take that chance. Listen, character is way more important. If you find somebody who got good character, you got something.
Mm-hmm.
You got something. Because at the end of the day, whether he makes 6 figures or whether he make 5 figures or whatever, is he honest? Is he real with you about how he feels about you? Is he willing to put up with your mess?
Boy, you better. I thought you was gonna forget that part. Because we got to be willing to put up with each other first.
Yeah.
Listen. Contrary to what we think, guys, we all bring baggage to the relationship. A relationship is simply finding someone that can put up with the baggage that you bringing.
Yeah.
Some of us got a lot of carry-ons, way more carry-ons than we can put on the airplane.
Oh man.
They supposed to let you on with 1 carry-on. Why you got 3? That backpack count is a carry-on.
Right.
You got 2 backpacks on.
Yep.
We got way more baggage, and finding someone to put up with your baggage ain't easy.
No.
Most of us got old boyfriend drama. You got baby drama. Now you got baby daddy drama. You got, well, he ain't doing this. Now I don't trust men, or I don't trust women. Will she be tripping? And they sitting outside the house. You better not be able to. Don't nobody want to be. Who can you find to deal with all of that?
Right. And society does not lend itself to getting into a relationship without baggage. It doesn't.
Yes, it's not going to help you at all.
I don't know how many virgins y'all know. I don't know any. That's of the age where they will be at. I don't know of any virgins, because it's not something we do. And you're like, but that's old fashioned. That's traditional thinking. We new age. But listen, it's something to get into a relationship and you know that person does not have somebody in their past that they body is holding on to.
Yeah, true.
Not just the mind.
True.
Your body holding on to this person.
Boy, that's so cold right there. I had to stop and think, because you said something just then. Because if you've been with somebody in the past, and normally we come right out of a relationship before we're trying to get into another one.
Right.
So you don't even have them worked out of your system yet.
Exactly. You still picking up that phone, calling them. Ephia says, honesty is huge. You might not like what he says, but if he's honest, you can respect him and it builds trust. Let me say this about the honesty and the truth and everything. Everybody gets hung up on the delivery. Now, a person who really likes you, they're going to deliver it in a way that, you know. Now, the thing is, sometimes they'll pull back and they don't give you the honesty you actually need because they're too concerned. But they typically would deliver it in a way where you would accept it. Now, you rejecting it is on you. And I think that goes into how mature you are. Immature people get hung up on the delivery. Mature people are listening to what you're saying. We'll deal with the delivery later. Hey, watch your mouth next time you talk to me. But I like what you said.
Women ain't gonna do that. The first time you talk to them or don't do something they think you should do, they're gonna be out of there. Yeah. They don't give you no heart because they don't really want to be with you anyway, because you're not what they thought it was supposed to be anyway.
Right. So they talk to you like you got a tail between your legs. Sarah said, not many. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Yeah, Monique said character is important. Anthony says, so answer me this. Do you feel that women have just as much or more pride than men? Because a lot of women don't say sorry or they are wrong when they mess up. They do or say stuff like, baby, you hungry? Just to get each other to talk again. And you gotta understand, if you say that's a fact, you gotta understand the way your person apologizes. That's important. If you hung up on, you gonna come at me and tell me you sorry,
then you're gonna be by yourself. Because me and my wife been married 32 years. She has yet to apologize to me. But she done made more cakes and more cupcakes and brownies and pies than anybody else.
Hey, you sitting there by yourself, both of y'all mad, and she What you want to eat?
Yeah.
I know what that means.
You know this, sir. You want some pork chops? Well, I guess I do. Go in there. Smother them while you're in there too.
You said smothering. Sarah says you want honesty. You're right. Sometimes we have to ignore the delivery and listen with intention. And yes, mature women do this. So it's the question: is mature women hard to find? Are mature people hard to find? I'll put it that way.
I think people have to be broken down in such a way. They have to just be tired of being tired before you can get that particular person. You're not gonna get you got to be tired of being out there in those streets playing those games before you're gonna get to that point. And that's man or woman.
But you out there in them streets because you think you missing something. And by the time you come out them streets, now you got to find somebody who's willing to put up with what you drug in when you came back in.
Streets don't play.
That man, boy, them streets do you bad, boy.
Streets do you bad, brother.
Jerica says, I don't think looks matter that much nowadays. Now, if you got jacked up teeth, that's another topic. Yeah, they do better.
She just said she don't think it's important. But
she said looks, but if the teeth jacked up, that's she drawing a hard line with the teeth. So hey, that's why they got all these businesses working on them right now.
Yeah, they got a
you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You get you a new grill real
gold
fast.
one too with diamonds, all that in it.
Now what be messed up is they get a new grill, now they don't want you. You know what I'm saying? So because now they too good.
Now they said it.
Right. Ifia says most women will say, tell me the truth, and then they get the truth and they are mad, and now he's going to be more reluctant to tell you anything. Absolutely right. I tell women, listen, be careful how you handle men outside of the conversation you want to have, because we're constantly watching how you handling us, and that lets us know how much we can tell you, how much we can open up to you, how reasonable you're gonna be, how understanding you're gonna be. And you saying you want honesty and you want the truth, but once you want this, but we can't give it to you because we know how you're gonna react. And so we pull up, and so what we say? No, I'm cool. What's wrong with you?
I know something wrong.
I'm
you gonna wait till you get mad to talk to me?
I'm
no, we don't want no trouble.
That's why you get that.
You're right.
Because he's seen something in how you've handled him before that's telling him, man, I can't tell her that because she's not mature enough to handle what I have to say.
Like, share, subscribe.
Teresa says, my brother Michael Woods needs to be listening to this. Tell him to listen. Go back and catch the replay.
Yeah, where y'all listening from? Tell us where y'all listening from. I know it's hard for us to figure out where all we got people at. So y'all write in right quick and tell us where everybody listening from. And while you doing that, like, share, subscribe. Ding, 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 ding. Like, share, subscribe, please. And let us know where y'all listening from.
Yeah, get the word out, ladies and gentlemen. Melissa says, so are y'all going to host a dating session? It appears that all the single folks on here lurking. Oh, okay. Now, because that's something. Most people don't know how to be single. Single is not just the condition you're in. Single is a mindset that you have to have, which prepares you to move forward. And most people don't know how to be single.
Wow.
Because people talk about all this self-love and self-care, but they don't know how to be single. Okay, we got Jody from Huntsville, Alabama. Thank you for listening in. We got Miss Teresa from Atlanta, GA.
Atlanta in the house.
She said, build a barrel, weird size. We got Fort Worth in the house, Miss Monique. We got Wiley. Listen, appreciate all y'all listening. We got Dallas in the house, Miss Maurice. What's going on, man? Thank y'all for listening. We definitely appreciate y'all. Getting back to it. The maturity is important. Got Ifia from New York City. We got Lake Charles in the house. OKC is in the house. So y'all, we got people listening from everywhere.
We worldwide.
Teresa says we need a panel of married, single, or dating couples. Listen, we gonna do something.
Oh, this the panel right here, Teresa. This the panel. This gonna be the panel right here. We don't need all the motherfuckers up here. This the panel right here.
Because you better not say amen to something we've been telling y'all the whole time.
That's what they gonna do. Act like we ain't seen
Hear from
nothing.
somebody else, yeah. But we gonna do something. Because we got to. We gonna do something dealing with relationships and everything. We're gonna have a relationship thing coming up. Be on the lookout for it. And we're gonna have the right people in there to really deal with where we are. Really deal with where we are. So you hear from us, but you hear from some other people that have some good stuff to add too as well. So be looking out for that. It's coming soon. Coming soon. I'm better than this. Should I settle or stay single? And listen, if single is your jam, if you really like being by yourself, but you keep hearing everybody and you listen to everybody saying, oh, you ain't got no man by now. You ain't got, but you like your own space. You like, if that's you, just be single.
Yeah, just be single.
Just be single.
Now that's a good way to put it, D. But if you're a fool and you know you're a fool,
right?
Don't bring that foolishness to nobody else.
Oh
Be
man,
a
what's
fool
he
by
talking
yourself.
about?
You know, listen. Look at me. Can I get a close up? Look, can I get a close up, producer, please?
Okay.
If you know you foolish and you know you're a fool and you always into something, don't do that to nobody. Don't do that to nobody. Let them people make it. And you just continue to be by yourself and love on yourself. Because I think really we don't know how to love on ourselves like we're supposed to. So if you love yourself, it'll be easy to love somebody else. But we so much, but y'all know y'all some fools out there.
Monique says, I agree. Married, single, dating. Jessica says, it's very important understanding your partner and know what shuts them off. I listen, respect your opinion, but then I want you to listen to where I'm coming from, and we both come to an agreement and not push each other to that point of looking elsewhere. Don't be selfish, be reasonable.
I heard something. I think I was listening to Gary Owens today, and they was asking him, what happened in your relationship? What was the cheating, or what happened in your relationship to where y'all split? And he was like, no, cheating is never the reason. Cheating is never the reason that we broke up. It's a lot of other things that lead to that. And I think that's important. I thought that was really important what I heard. I thought, because there are so many things that go said and unsaid in a relationship to where people start looking outside the marriage or the relationship.
Yeah.
Communicate. It's funny. We say that all the time, but communication is key. If everything is being talked about, then there's nothing left to change.
Right. And just because you can talk and form words don't mean you know how to communicate. Communication is a skill. It is a skill. Many of us are still learning it. Because when you in a marriage, the person you with, they're evolving, you're evolving, and you want to make sure, number one, you're communicating the changes that both of y'all are making and going through, but also how you hear things changes. How you listen, you know what I'm saying? You, at your core, you still the same person, but there are things about you that changes. When you get older, you less likely to hold your tongue. And so the person needs to know. You got much time
left, you better say it.
Person needs to know I'm coming with it now, because I ain't got time to sugarcoat nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, but communication is a skill.
But there's nothing better, guys, than growing old together with somebody, though.
Mm-hmm.
Man, as much as me and Cheryl, my wife, get on each other's nerves, man, I wouldn't have it any other way.
I listened to this young lady one time on this video, and she was talking about she had surgery, and her mom picked her up from surgery. So took her to surgery, picked her up, and brought her home. And she was thinking about, there is nobody here to care for me. Mom is good, but she's like, I don't have anybody here. Listen, you may get mad. You may, you know what I'm saying, look upside your spouse's head every now and then. But if something is happening and if something goes down, you there. Baby, what you need. You know what I'm saying? I got to fix you something to eat. I got to take care of you. I got to make sure you good in the whole nine. I remember this one brother, wife got in a bad way. And about physically, she was impaired. And he bathing her, wiping her dirty behind in the whole nine. That means something. She didn't appreciate it and threw it away. But that means something. Regardless of what you're going through, it means something to have somebody there who's willing to do that for you. Because that's what you're signing up for. That's what you're signing up for. Cyril says, Lord, have mercy. Communicate. Listen with intention of understanding. And listen, communication is not complete until you see if that person understood what you were saying.
Who was that writing the book?
Teresa says, she says, my brother think he can build a woman like it's Build-A-Bear storefront. It's the little things that can be fixed, and it's a good woman. Example, if he take a lady to dinner and she order water or don't eat all her food, or she doesn't wear perfume or body spray, I told him maybe she is allergic to perfume, or maybe she don't eat a lot, or she prefer water than Coke or Sprite. Yeah, he got some hard standards there. But the body spray, I don't know about that.
But let me say this. From what I've noticed, that if a woman is athletic, the more athletic she is, the less perfume and body spray she gonna wear, because they be in the gym. I know someone that she's just not. That's just not her bag. But she in the gym all the time.
Yeah.
So
she don't stink though, do she?
She don't. No, she don't stink.
Okay, as long as she ain't right, then
she don't stink. She has an aroma.
Yeah.
But she don't.
Herbal essence. Jessica say, I find communication and money can break a relationship as well. Listen, I tell everybody, finances does not break relationships. People do not break up because of finances. It's the value system.
Yeah.
It's what the finances reveal about who you are. That's the problem. Because most people hide. Most people are good because they can afford not to be. Most people are moral because they can't afford not to be. Because as soon as you put that money in their hands, now, like, where this person come from? They were always that person. But it's the value system.
Like, share, subscribe. Ding, 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 ding. Like, share, subscribe, guys.
Jerica says, I read an article talking about Gen Z. Oh, Lord, that's Gen Z. And how most of us aren't settling down until we're 40. I think taking your time and finding someone you genuinely like is more important than rushing into a marriage with someone you're not sure about. Let me say this. Well, I just talked about value system. The reason why it's so difficult now being with people, the reason why it's so difficult finding somebody is because we're not a community. In a community, there are shared values from house to house. Back in the day, you married somebody who stayed right down the street from you.
Y'all grew up together.
Mm-hmm. Y'all came up in the same neighborhood and the whole nine. So it wasn't hard to figure out that person because you knew them. We was on a cruise. There was this couple had been married, 50 some years?
Oh, yeah.
50 some years, but they knew each other
since
they were kids.
Yeah.
But you can go right next door and find somebody who believes something completely different than you believe. Not just money, but religion. I mean, all this type of stuff. We're not the same house to house. So it makes it difficult. Because now you coming together with somebody, you don't know what you coming together with.
Because it's not the big things that end up breaking up. It's the little bitty things.
Yes.
Whether or not you're going to celebrate Halloween or not. Which sounds easy. But what if you are a What if somebody's a Jehovah's Witness and what if the other person is a Christian, a believer?
Yeah.
Man, you would not think the divide that it would have in a household, but it would tear a household down from the inside out.
Listen, unequally yoked is not about both of y'all being the same religion. That's not what unequally yoked is about. It goes much deeper than that. Unequally yoked is about the value system. What's driving you and what's driving them. If it's not the same thing, then y'all gonna get driven apart.
That's good.
Or y'all gonna get driven together and constantly clashing because how they view money. Do they view money the same way you do? How they view marriage and relationships. Do they view it the same way you do? Unequally yoked means y'all on the same page about things.
And before we get out of here, I just want to say, man, if you're in a situation where you think you might be settling for somebody, I want you to take a real look at them and a real look at yourself and see if this might not be the best thing to happen to you. This might not be the best thing for you. I think a lot of times our flesh wants more, but your spirit may be saying this is just exactly what I need. Yeah. Take the time to actually look at people and not just look at them and see the outward appearance, and see what the character is like, and see more importantly how they treat you and how they make you feel about yourself. Because man, we get caught up way too much on what people look like on the outside. How does it make you feel on the inside?
And can you be safe with them? Can you be safe with them? Cheryl says you have to be like-minded, even when it comes to how to raise your children. Jerica says, yeah, we have definitely lost that. People build communities more on the internet than they do in person. That's how you end up on Fox News. Teresa says, don't make anyone a priority that makes you an option. Often people waste years investing in a person hoping they are that one. Looks, you say looks matter.
Yes, they do, but that's not the only thing that matters.
Right.
Who was that put that? Who said that? Because what if she got a limp and a bunion on her toe? You don't want
a bunion.
You don't want about looking at that. Okay. My final thought for this evening is give people your best. Put your best foot forward with everything that you're doing, and then you can demand that from other people. Oftentimes you slothful. Oftentimes you don't feel like putting on makeup or working out and doing stuff, and have the audacity to want that from somebody else. Have you lost your mind? Do you want to be with somebody? If you want to be with somebody, start being more realistic about what you want and who will have you. Because as we become more realistic about it, that dude or that chick is waiting right there for you. But you tripping and you need to cut it out. That's my final thought for this evening.
When it comes to settling, it's not settling for the other person that's the issue. It's settling your mind to get to a place of reality about who you are. Your expectations have to be grounded in truth. Your expectations have to be based on reality. Otherwise, you're not going to see that person the way you need to see them. And you could be overlooking the person. And let me say this. The one you choose is the one. When we looking for the one, a lot of times we're looking for that problem-free. We're looking for this fairy tale type thing. Music and movies are the lies we tell about love. Your relationship ain't gonna be the thing that they're gonna have on the big screen all the time. But you can make something that people admire, that people look to and say, you know what, I want what they have. You can build that, but it just takes time, takes some effort and commitment. And that's my final thoughts.
Dragon. Woo, well, I'm tired.
Hey man, like we ran a marathon tonight, boy.
like folk were chasing us.
Trinity Bites
Saturday. Grand opening of the guy. What they have, the oxtails with the red beans and rice. They have a grand opening on Saturday in Arlington.
So he has Caribbean style food.
Yes, that's what. Yes, Caribbean, yes.
I think it's from Trinidad. The Trinity Bites is because he's from Trinidad. This brother can throw down.
We'll be there Saturday. I will be there Saturday.
You'll be there Saturday.
April 1st. April 1st in Arlington.
We're going to put more stuff on our page. We're going to try to put some on our page. So be looking at the Man Talk page, or look at my page and John's page, and you'll find more details. But we want to just give a shout out to Trinity Bikes, getting ready to do their opening this weekend, this Saturday. More details to come. You do not want to miss it. Trust me.
This guy, he's going down.
Trust me.
He's
Oh
going
my
down.
goodness.
I was skinny until I went over his house. They had to drag me out of there. That brother throwing down.
Listen, we definitely appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all spending this time with us. Appreciate everybody listening from all the different places y'all listen from. Don't forget, share this out to your people. Let them know Man Talk Mondays. Great show. If you feel like it's a good show, let other people know about it.
And we appreciate you guys for checking in with us.
Definitely appreciate y'all. We out. We're going to catch y'all next week.
Y'all be blessed.
Peace out.